Sobriety Made Simple. My name is Timothy Martin. Today we're going to be discussing how to create the future you want in sobriety. Now I hope you find this video enlightening and maybe a little entertaining, but most important, I hope it aids in some small way your brave and courageous decision to live a life alcohol-free. The one skill that we definitely need to maintain above all others is our sobriety. Victoria, the meaning, please.
The ability to use one's knowledge effectively and readily in execution or performance. For example, the skill to stay away from f***ing alcohol from now on. Thank you and have a nice sober day.
Thank you, Victoria. Our success story begins with building this skill, building this habit and maintaining it above anything else. By maintaining this one thing, other doors will open up for us. No other goals are attainable unless this one thing is. It's kind of simple for us in a way. If you want to look at it in a glass half full perspective, ask yourself this question: what is the one thing you can do to improve your life? The answer is obvious for us: not to drink. And if you're just starting out, for the next few months, make this your one thing. Make this your reality. Immerse yourself in an alcohol-free existence. Use the 100 rule. Do you give up something when it doesn't go your way? Do you try maybe once or twice and then throw in the towel? Most people do. Most people want to learn and grow and become better people, but they don't have the persistence to change. They abandon something after failing once or twice. They convince themselves they're not good enough, or they don't know enough, or they're not talented enough. There is an efficient and straightforward way to learn to accomplish anything. Simply do it 100 times. The 100 rule will be your guideline to a brighter future. It helps you narrow down your goals. It teaches you to overcome your fears while you gradually learn through repetition. For example, you want to stop drinking. Hey, you start, you go a few days and everything's fine, and then you drink again. The next time you start and you go a week and you drink again. Ask yourself this: is this something you really want to do? Is this something that you really want to put concrete steps towards? Then implement the 100 plan. Do it 100 days. If you really want sobriety, ask yourself, am I willing to do this 100 straight days? Anything you do, any task you take on is going to require repetition. At the beginning of your sobriety, you might not know exactly what you're doing. It takes time, patience, and the 100 rule can give you this. Next, be realistic. Just because you stop drinking doesn't mean that you need to set all these lofty goals and ambitions for yourself. Be realistic about what you're doing. Be realistic about your recovery. Take things slow, one step at a time, and have realistic goals. You stop drinking, that's major. Now if you start thinking about, I'm going to move, I'm going to change my career, I'm going to find the perfect spouse, you might be setting yourself up for failure and then disappointment, okay? Be confident in your sobriety. Be confident in your recovery. Don't let fear chase recovery or sobriety away from you, please. Your goal isn't simply not to drink. Your goal is to live a life of sobriety. Don't take on too much at the beginning. Focus on the main goal, okay? Next, try rewriting your story. Everyone has a story. Everyone has struggled in their own way. You've faced roadblocks in your life. You've been held back, labeled, judged. You've stumbled, you've flopped, you've made mistakes. Everyone has a history of failures and obstacles, but those obstacles do not define you. Your past does not control you, not anymore. And your story can change. One of the most effective ways to shape your future is to revisit your past. You have to separate yourself from the labels, obstacles, and expectations that have held you back. To find your ideal future, you have to free yourself from the limitations of your past. Example: years ago you tried sobriety. You poured everything into your recovery, but you relapsed. You fell flat on your face. Your drinking got worse. Your aspirations crumbled, and you began to tell yourself a story of failure. You failed once, so you convince yourself that you'll fail for life. But what if you told the same story in a different way? Instead of concentrating on your failures, let's focus on the successes. You pursued sobriety with reckless abandon. You were courageous. You overcame your doubts and fears. You were dedicated in your recovery. Now, both these stories describe the same person, the same events. Yeah, you failed. Yes, something negative happened in your past, but there are plenty of positives also. To create the future that you've always wanted, you need to find the silver lining in your past. And you need to use that silver lining to motivate you to success in the present. For better or worse, your story got you where you are today. Set a path towards reinvention, progress, and success. Remember that every new day, every new moment is a chance to rewrite your history, to change the direction of your life. Begin with building the future you've always wanted. You should never let past mistakes convince you otherwise, please. In life, you'll learn many things. You'll explore many new subjects. You'll adopt new skills. To create the future that you want, it's important to recognize when an idea or a habit or lifestyle has become outdated. As you venture into the unknown territory of your recovery, your options may change. It's so important to refine and streamline your sobriety. Be willing to get rid of things that don't work anymore. People who live stubbornly in the past stay in the past. The people who grow and change over time excel into the future. So take a look at the habits you maintain and the ideas you support and the values you abide by. Instead of blindly following what you know, challenge your traditions. Ask yourself if your habits, opinions, and values still make sense in your new life. Some ideas will stick with you for decades. Others will come and go. But the most important thing is you're willing to learn and change as you pursue your recovery. Your ability to change will keep you moving in the right direction. Now, in saying that, there is an old saying, if it's not broke, don't fix it. If you're progressing fine in your recovery, stick with it. Okay, I know people who are devoted AA people. I respect that. They know what's best for them. They know what's best for their recovery. But if you've grown restless in your recovery, if you've grown complacent, if you find yourself bored, you may want to address how you're working your recovery. Talk to friends, talk to family. Are you getting pulled in too many different directions maybe? Realign your program. Be fluid in your thinking. Hard work and a positive attitude, okay? But don't give up. Don't ever give up. Even if you relapse, have the courage to get back up and go again. Okay, but smarter this time, better, wiser, more informed. I hope this video helped you out. Thanks for watching, and please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't. It helps me to continue to make these videos. Hang in there, and we'll see you next time. And remember, you got this. Bye.
You can do it. And remember, alcohol.